Microwaving moon soil? Yes, you heard right. Microwaving moon soil may help with the development of lunar landing pads, and here's how. In the new space race, the United States will need a moon base, and building safe and affordable landing pads for spacecraft to land on will be crucial. These cushions should prevent lunar residue and particles from sandblasting everything around them at more than 10,000 miles each hour as a rocket takes off or arrives, since there is no air to dial the rocket tuft back. However, it is unclear how these landing pads will be constructed because transporting heavy equipment and materials more than 230,000 miles into space quickly becomes prohibitively expensive. Because of this, researchers at the University of Central Florida are working on a NASA-funded project to find ways to construct lunar landing pads that are not only cost-effective and simple to build in space but also keep people and equipment safe. The work is driven by the Safeguard and Space Fabricating organization Lunar and incorporates research from Arizona State College. The group has found that a technique that utilizes microwaves to soften lunar soil, combined with UCF-created beneficiation, or ranging, innovation, is perhaps the most ideal choice. The findings were presented to NASA in a report and recently published in the journal New Space. Our country really should have a presence on the moon because the financial worth of the assets in space is exceptionally high, says Phil Metzger, a co-creator of the exploration. He works as a planetologist at the UCF-based Florida Space Institute. The first crewed lunar landing is anticipated to take place as part of Artemis 3 in 2025, and the United States intends to return to the moon as part of the Artemis missions. Habitats, equipment for extracting resources, and more will be established in subsequent missions. A melting, or sintering, method using microwaves was found to be the most cost-effective based on an analysis of 4 different construction methods, including various combinations for the inner and outer landing pad rings, according to the new study. This was the case so long as the cost of transportation to the moon remained above $100,000 per kilogram or approximately $45,000 per pound. When combined with a new beneficiation technology developed at UCF that makes use of magnetic fields to bring the minerals that are most suitable for microwaving to the surface, sintering becomes even more cost-effective. The technology was developed by UCF researchers after they discovered that many of the minerals that are the most magnetic are also the most microwavable. The most recent report to NASA contains evidence of these findings. According to Metzger, we've shown that we can increase microwave absorption by somewhere in the range of 70 to 80% by sorting particles based on magnetic susceptibility. According to the researcher, rovers that scoop soil, sort it with magnetic fields, layer it back down to the surface, and melt it with microwaves could carry out the construction process. Paver-based landing pads were found to be the second most cost-effective approach when transportation costs are greater than $100,000 per kilogram, according to the new space study. Due to economies of scale and rocket reusability, polymer-based landing pads also become more competitive than sintering and pavers for the outer part of the landing pad's construction once transportation costs fall below $100,000 per kilogram. Metzger asserts that there are trade-offs that need to be taken into consideration for each method, such as energy and construction costs. Metzger asserts, the numbers showed us that sintering is the best method because it does require some energy, but the cost of the energy is less than the cost of construction and having to bring consumables to the moon. The numbers showed us that sintering is the best method. According to Lunar founder and CEO Eric Franks, surface construction on Mars and the Moon is very different from construction on Earth. He states, concrete and steel are used extensively on Earth and have evolved as a result of millennia of industry development and expansion based on abundant water, coal, and air. We don't have fossil fuels on other planets, and water and air are more valuable than gold. UCF and Lunar are working together to find creative solutions like microwave sintering and soil beneficiation to these issues by requiring various processes. Computer simulations were used to model the financial costs of various construction methods for lunar landing pads, and microwave and magnetic susceptibility tests were carried out with high-fidelity lunar soil simulants from the UCF Exolith Lab. Minerals like basaltic glass, bronzite, and ilmenite were found to be some of the most magnetic and microwave susceptible for the lunar soil simulant experiments. Franks declares, "Our results were excellent. We only need solar panels to process the lunar dirt into structures like landing pads and buildings because careful beneficiation makes microwave heating of regoliths significantly more energy efficient." Metzger asserts that the research is essential not only for establishing a U.S. presence on the Moon but also for maintaining diplomatic relations by preventing the sandblasting of facilities and equipment belonging to other nations. According to Metzger, "I think it's crucial for the United States and a consortium of friendly countries that share our values for democracy to lead the way in space to set up methods of sharing space and set up pockets of benefiting the whole world from space, rather than just taking the risk of letting others do it." The subsequent stages of the exploration incorporate creating undertakings to make further developed models of microwave warming equipment and to test the innovation in Moon-like circumstances in a vacuum. Greg Autry of Arizona State University's Thunderbird School of Global Management was a co-author of the new space study. The magnetic beneficiation experiments were led by Daka Sopkota, an assistant scientist at FSI, who also co-authored the beneficiation report. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments section. And if you enjoy our content, and never want to miss a video, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.